Congratulations!
Thank you so much.
That's so good. You know I love your work. And I mean, has been the experience of like being here in terms of like how did the invitations like came? How was it? The process, the emotional.
Yeah, well, it's still, I still don't understand how I'm here, honestly. There has been a lot of politics, a lot of situations background, but we made it here, and I think I'm going to start really feeling like I was in Venice maybe a year from now, because it's surreal. The preparations, everything, because the way you look, for me at least, I don't know for other artists, but this is a very big platform. You're like on the very international level, so there is a lot of pressure that comes with that. But at the same time, it's also something that you have been thinking about, dreaming even about for the longest time. So it's you want to give it all. You want to do the best you can, which is exactly what I try to do as well.
No, it's beautiful.
Thanks.
It's so beautiful. So tell me more about, in terms of, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
One, about the artwork, and secondly, in terms of being here as an African Pavilion for the second time, as a young artist. Yeah, let's start with the work.
Yes.
What did you brought here?
Yes, so the piece of work that I brought here is called Testimonials from the Body, which is essentially an exploration of body cleansing rituals that are present in Tanzania. So for me, this is a way to kind of understand myself and the people around me using different materials that are present in my community. So, for example, in this work, I use this material called loofah, which is traditionally used for body cleansing or body cleansing.
Yeah, this one's.
Exactly. Yeah. So it is a very, I use it to create like some sort of like universal visual language, because it's a very familiar material with people from all parts of the world, but at the same time, it is kind of grounding me to what I am and where I come from. So, so I have a farm in Tanzania where we are growing the.
Oh my God, you have a farm! Yeah. Oh my God, I love that!
Yeah, exactly. So that is like very much part of the work as well, because we try to explore different knowledge systems that are present in like materiality, which are used in our bodies. And for me, I come from a farmer's family, and it made a lot of sense to come back to that, because I've never really practiced farming before this. So yeah. It's also a way to say to my mom, like, I'm also, and then she's impressed that I'm doing something that she knows, and she's very much involved in the farm, especially when I'm not around. She's the one taking care of everything. So yeah, so this farm, and during this time, there's a lot of like workshops that are going on, and also like even in the production of the works, most of the time there are like other women who are present as well. So it's a way for me to ground myself as an artist through the people in my community, but also to kind of challenge my practice, because the questions that I get from the people that I work with in Tanzania are very different to the question that I would get here in Venice, for example. I had a challenging question, which I still kind of think about myself, like, what is this exactly, and why would anyone want to have it in their house or in their museum? Why is it important, and to who? So these questions to me kind of bring me back to the reasons why I am doing what I'm doing, and it kind of also helped me to grow as an artist as well.
So in that kind of bridge with my second question.
Yeah.
In terms of second time, in terms of Tanzania Pavilion here, what does that mean for a young contemporary artist? And probably you know other contemporary artists in Tanzania, you being here, you being one of those artists here. What does that mean?
This is a very big moment for young African artists because this is like you said, it's our first time as a participation, and it is not a very easy thing. There is a lot of work that a lot of people have put in for us to be here. So it is not only about my career or myself as an artist, but everybody who has put so much work that we are here now. But also for me, it's also a way, like a tribute to the people that I work with in Morogoro, because they kind of get to see that what they do is important and is being recognized in their work, and people are asking questions and things like that. So it's, for me, I would say I'm one of the very privileged people that I am here, and I very much deserve to be here, but at the same time, I think this is a platform that a lot of artists in Tanzania deserve to be here as well. Like, we have a lot of beautiful works, people have a lot of things to say, but again, it is a matter of time that all of us, hopefully, we are going to be here and showing what we have. But it's a very big moment for me.
Nice. Again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me more about how this works related to the minor keys that Koyo brought to this Biennale. How do you think your work connects with the theme of the Biennale?
Yeah, I think with the minor keys, it's when I first listened to I first came across the theme of the Biennale. For me, I felt like this is for everyone. It's almost like small pieces of things coming together, and my work is just about togetherness and community, really, because it's something that I am not. First of all, I'm not able to do on my own, so it's like very small, different pieces that came together and that led me and this work to be here. So on its own very initial level, I would feel like in terms of the togetherness, it kind of relates in that way, yeah.
So do you feel, since you don't do this by yourself, and it's becoming like a collective work, it does through the years, is it becoming like a ritual healing work? Do you feel it's coming to that?
I think I started to do this on my own in my studio, and it became bigger and bigger, and I think it's getting even more bigger. And even on my own, it's a very grounding process because there's also a lot of repetition with the creation of the work. You do the same thing for hours, days. So even when I brought in other people who we collaborate with, we sort of do a lot of ritual things that during the time. Yeah. So we usually have this food that would always make, and there's someone special for that, and everybody is special for their own kind of food. So it's becoming a very also in the area that we live. Everybody knows there is Madodo. For example, there is a work right there which there is a woman who just approached me and say, I've been having these loofahs for the past years, and can you buy it from me? So it's something that people now are recognizing that there is a lot of value in this material around where I live. And I did buy it from the person, and where I created this amazing work, which is very much it's very much unique because of the materials that she bought. And so that's the thing. The rituals are very much minor, and they're there in the smallest forms.
I love that you're growing thing. What are you growing?
Well, loofahs, that's first. But we also have sunflowers, maize, maharage beans, and yeah.
I love that for two reasons. One, sustainability of your work, and second, are you thinking about being an entrepreneur and selling it?
I should be. I definitely should be, especially here in Europe. It was crazy because I needed extra loofah, so I went to ask, and one piece, not even full one, it was €7. And I said, I am sleeping on my money. I need to start doing business here, So maybe in the future that should be the plan.
And that question is more related to, because you're a young artist and you're growing now globally, and in terms of financial autonomy and sustainability, and you have your farm, it was more related to that. How do you see yourself in the next years now that you have that responsibility, but also the opportunity to create your own sustainability way of growing?
Well, it's very beautiful that I can support myself through the work that I do, but it's not about me only. There is a lot of people who I work with that also need to support themselves through that. So that comes with a lot of questions of how do I make that sustainable, and things like the biennales and shows and this kind of help me to do that. But at the same time, it's also like in Tanzania, because I work as a curator as well, and that is out of necessity because in Tanzania we do not have people who do a lot of works for the culture and the ecosystem. So with that, I try to work with institutions to sort of have to create ways where we can be sustainable as much as to create also spaces where we can show our work. Yeah, so it's a very small art scene and it's still growing. So we do have a very few cultural spaces, and now because of different artists are trying to add on to that, we have also independent cultural spaces. That's where I come from. So I've created like a studio that is essentially for artists to collaborate and also experiment, because my work is very deeply around experimentation as well. So it's just a way to collaborate and experiment. And through this studio, I get to access funds which help us to create the works that we create. Yeah.
What's the name of the studio?
It's called Deja Vu Studios.
Ah, I know it! Yes, I follow you.
That's
awesome. That's beautiful. I also created a studio, and it's challenging, right? For so many reasons, but it's challenging in terms of sustaining the studio itself.
Yeah.
But also sometimes I feel also when you're trying to build collective work, to people to understand that it's a collective work and not only a responsibility of the person who started the place. Can you tell a little bit more about that? Because your work is very much collective, and I didn't know about the studio, and it's so good to hear that expand beyond your work, right?
Yeah. So with the studio, it started as my own creative space, really, and I became, because I've always collaborated with artists, so it became a space where other people can just come and work there as well. And right now, it's also a challenge to become, as a space, there are also bureaucracies in the country and politics that are like sort of requirements as a space, you need to do this and that. And I feel like that is getting out of my concept. As an artist, it feels a bit limited to follow all of these sort of like rules that are present. And so I'm still trying to navigating through that because again, I'm a very young in terms of my practice. So there's a lot that I'm learning and I think that I'm looking forward to, and I think that will take some time, yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about this artwork?
Yes, so this artwork is tributes really to the people that I work with, and I use soil pigmentation to sort of add on to and connect with the earth as a means of something that we also use in the creation of the work, but it's something that also grounds us in our being. And because usually I'm a painter, I started to work as a painter, yeah, and in painting we usually sign your name, and I started to think of how do I...
Well, but it takes a village.
Exactly. So this was like also a way to say like, this is not me as an artist, but it's also a work of like other people as well. And the idea for the squares, I started as a, which represent like this togetherness really, like all the single squares coming together to create something big and beautiful and monumental. So this is where this came from, yeah.
You know what I see?
Yes.
They reminds me of lands, like fertile ground. I don't know why. Maybe it's the mix of the colors, but kind of reminds me a lot of like lands, like land like growing, or maybe because we were talking about you have a farm,
maybe,
and you do it collectively. But like it reminds me a lot of fertile ground, you know, and more and more that you talk about togetherness, and maybe because it's written it takes a village, yeah, this is what I more kind of seen here. And about this one,
so all of this work is around the same sort of work. So the entire exhibition is based on one work, which is still It Takes a Village to all bring all of this together. But even like I have some elements of like home, like a visual representation of home, which I use like squares like this for example. And some people would say they see, yeah.
Tura, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. I'm happy that we're doing this, yeah.